at Josh Sargent and runs away for a goal kick. Josh Sargent unable to get on the end of that one. He scored 2 goals in a 2-0 win at Blackburn last Saturday for Norwich. He's got 5 goals in his first 4 league games. He said this week when we chatted with him that he'd be lying if he said he didn't think about how long it's been since he scored a goal for the United States, all that way back over 5 years ago in 2019. He just has to keep reminding himself how well he's doing at club level, just keep working hard. He had interest in the summer transfer window from multiple clubs, reportedly Sunderland and Wolfsburg. In the end, ended up staying at Norwich. Says he's in a good spot there because he knows he can score goals, and that's a big thing for him in terms of confidence in a World Cup year.
And playing regularly.
Yeah.
And that 9 spot, Pepe seems like he's getting back to fitness, a little fluid in the knee, but find his way back, and Najiman as well. I mean, it's anyone's guess. They're typically, Bees and I were talking about this in the car over here. If you think back in the day where like an incredible forward like Josh Wolf is looking up and seeing Clint Mathis and McBride and all these consistent players that have caps, have goals. McBride was playing for Fulham at that point, but Josh Wolf snuck in. No one's going to sneak in to that number 9 role. It is a door that is wide open.
Kim Jong-yu through the midfield. Lee Dong-yong. To go to the left side for Kim Joo-sung. Lee Jae-sung on a 99th cap today, the 33-year-old midfielder who plays in the Bundesliga. And with Joe, the goalkeeper. Joe, a keeper who started all 3 games at the 2018 World Cup. Man of the match in that game against Germany, the last group game in that 2018 World Cup, a 2-0 win. 2022 World Cup squad, but didn't play. Here's Reem. The pressure there from Lee Dong-yong. He's so quick to close down South Korea.
I was just about to say the same thing. Have we seen, except for the rare moments where they've been able to play between the lines of a full press, have we seen a player receiving the ball vertically that isn't immediately closed down for the U.S.? I mean, after that first touch, or even during that first touch, always a South Korean player there to just put an arm, put a foot in.
Jung-yu down the right side, finds Sol. Kim Min-jae. And now it's a chance for Son to try and get in around the back of Blackman. Down the left side by Tae-seok, in towards Son. Son against Dest, goes towards the byline and can't find anyone in the middle. Son with the only goal so far.
Really well done by Dest there. I mean, Son is the type of player when he takes it on, he does it at tremendous pace, and the step overs, they're just irresistible. And because he's so strong with his right and left foot, you really don't want to push him on either. He just does a great job there.
Scoring 75 goals in 202 games under Mauricio Pochettino at Spurs from 2015 to 2019. Finishes the Champions League runner-up in that great Spurs team in 2019.
How about massive credit to John Thornton and the rest of the LAFC group. I mean, they just continually put together teams that are attractive to players like that at the right time. It was with Vela and now Son. They are getting a tremendous player.
Minutes gone. The US trailing by a goal to 0. Green. Green drafted 18th by the New York Red Bulls back in 2010. He's a Rookie of the Year finalist. He's here a couple of years before making the move to Europe. Time he's played for the US in this stadium. Here's the high ball forward. Who's the furthest player forward at that moment for the United States? It was Serginho Dest. free line play to continue. As the Korean fans in the stands thought that should have been blown for a free kick. Lee Dong-yeon.
The US just really threw, playing between the lines and creating overloads. Essentially, they've got to pull one of these players from the back three out, because the difference between Son, who's tiptoeing in the blind spot between the two center backs, Raymond Blackman, he's able to receive that ball in behind because sometimes there's not pressure, but he's also just getting them up the field and resetting it, not necessarily going on goal, but yeah, they're almost playing with a sweeper at times with him, who just reads the game so well. They've got to be able to isolate him deep and have another run through the midfield. Sometimes Tim Weah needs to be the one when Sargent's occupying him to run through the back line. Got to stretch him.
Son with a chance to carry the ball forward. He's got options right and left. Blackman going across to close down on the far side. Son finds the ball back to Son. Here's Lee Jae-sung. Kim Jin-yoo. Tae-seok on the far side. Jin-yoo again. Can't quite get that ball onto the foot of Lee Dong-yeon. US Soccer on TNT is brought to you by Volkswagen and the all-new 2025 Tiggo. 1-0 for South Korea here at Sports Illustrated Stadium in Harrison, New Jersey. This is the first meeting between these two nations since 2014, when the US won in a friendly in Carson by 2-0. Just Wondolowski scored twice.
Seeing this wide shot, South Korea, they're just begging the ball wide. That's the trigger. Close it down. Nothing through the middle. So that's why it's really tough. You can see Christian Pulisic, and he's almost running back and forth east and west in between those lines, trying to find that open little space.
Lovely play down the left side, started by Luna, and now he's back on the ball, having received the pass from Arston. Arston for Luna. Wide to the right towards Dest. Across goes Lee Tae-seok to close down. Tyler Adams. Pulisic linking up with Luna, and then that touch just taking the ball away. Too close to Kim Min-jae. And here comes South Korea once again. Is that a foul? Berhalter penalised for the challenge on Son.
Just really intelligent from Heung-min Son. Watch right here. Just, he knows the contact's coming, takes the first touch, just adjusts his body so that Berhalter's recovering run just barrels into him. And that just does so well, especially in a sequence where the U.S. did nicely to be not only unpredictable, but to possess the ball further forward where they can counter-press and win it back. And Son just does an excellent job of relieving the pressure. I like this better with Pulisic having this freedom to float in, to just find his pockets, find areas of the field that he can get on the ball and create some havoc.
A lot of fluidity to the positioning when the US attack. Arston. Turned over here, and this is Son. Arston chasing to try and get the ball back, but Son is away down the left side. Not any options for him in the middle. Played in here towards Lee Jae-sung. Tae-seok back towards Pike. It's Lee Jae-sung that is down right now.
Just right beneath us. Obviously not happy with that turnover. It's just very vocal the last few minutes. Thought the U.S. moved the ball a little quicker. Interesting. Melissa Ortiz on the sideline. I can see her. She's 20 feet away from him. It'll be interesting if she picks up any of the communication he's going to be giving out to this team. Because it's just South Korea, if you wanted to distill it down to one thing that's very clear, their intensity level is just a little higher. Closing down without the ball a little bit better, a little bit sharper, and closing down passing lanes, and it's made a big difference.
Who watch the MLS side here, no stranger to high-intensity pressing. It's the New York Red Bulls kind of way. seen that high intensity brought today for South Korea. Quality as well has been really strong from the World Cup bound team. Pulisic out wide to the far side. Dest up against Lee Tae-seok. Dest does well towards the byline. Dest pulling it back. Ware can't get there. He might still. And still Tim Weah. It fell a couple of times for Tim Weah, but then the shot goes wide.
And here's another look at it. Lovely one-on-one skill there from Dest and good balance. And watch it. Weah, lucky to find it for the first time, but beautiful 1-2, and he just gets that shot off so quickly. Collects it, and here's the shot. It just doesn't put the laces through it, just gets it a little with the inside of his foot, but a very good opportunity there.
Here come South Korea once again. Lee Tae-seok in towards Pike. I mentioned before he plays for Birmingham City in the Championship. Should say that's Tom Brady's Birmingham City. Scored this season for Birmingham City. This is Son. Coming up next is the Volkswagen halftime show. We'll head downstairs with Sarah Walsh, DeMarcus Beasley and Brian Dunseth. Tim Weah has actually been playing left back for Marseille.
Yeah, no, obviously it's great when Tim Weah's getting starts, but he's a winger. I love seeing Tim Weah when he can pick up the ball, look at his defender, whether it's an outside back, a center back, a wide midfielder, and just take him on, and just have that reference. And it's different, especially when he was in Italy and when you're thinking defensively and you're picking up the ball, you're just not as aggressive.
Ball called forward here in towards the edge of the box as it's cushioned down for Son. Will Holt it all over Son. Back for Pike. Played forward by Kim Jong-yu. Son on the edge of the box. Good link-up play. It's a chance for Son. He goes down, and the back heel flick goes in from Lee Dong-yong. Son involved once again, and the lead doubled for South Korea. Have to see if it wasn't a goal, it might have been a penalty anyway.
And just look at how much time he has. Just too much time on the ball, and this is what 3 touches. Son is wide open. I mean, there isn't a player touched until the potential penalty kick. I mean, just watch right here. It's just completely unacceptable for Son to be that wide open. Been the most dangerous player on the field. A wonderful combination, and so quick there for South Korea. But it's just impossible 30 yards out from your goal for players to have that much time to have those little interchanges, but just absolutely irresistible in how quick they were moving the ball in that sequence.
So Son with the first goal and involved in the build-up to the second, scored by Lee Dong-yong. Lee Dong-yong's 3rd international goal. Son got his 52nd in what is his 135th cap. But the United States now 2 down. 90 seconds plus stoppage time away from half-time. It hasn't been a bad performance from Mauricio Pochettino's side, but they have just been on a couple of occasions cut open too easily.
Well, it's definitely been below the level in terms of where the threat is. I mean, Son, it's a player that just cannot get this many opportunities to be that open. I mean, it's the long ball over the top of the net. I mean, to have a free touch right outside of the 18, and the player that plays it, there's no arm on him. And Son plays the ball one time, and just, we talked about South Korea always having a foot in, always having an arm in, and in that circumstance, I understand maybe a little further up the field if you're playing a medium block or playing a lower block. There's no way there'd be that many touches without confrontation.
South Korea ranked number 23 in the world. The US ranked 15. Korea in confident mood. It was a wonderful finish from this man, Lee Dong-yong, who plays it across towards Lee Tae-sok on the far side. 2 minutes of stoppage time to be added on. Sargent.
Yeah, that little 1-2, I know it's a tiny thing, but Christian Pulisic plays 1-2, and they're gassed. They're working really hard off the ball, and South Korea's moving them around. But he took a knock from the player right when he played the 1-2. I mean, there's always just an obstruction. The obstruction first is blocking passing lanes. Next, it's putting pressure on the ball. Next, it's just making contact on a U.S. player after they release the ball. All those things add up to unsettling you and making you want to play negative or taking high-risk chances with the ball and turning it over.
Tyler Adams. Final was his 50th cap for the U.S. Racking away down the right side towards Dest. Positive play there from Christian Pulisic. Lee Tae-sok still down after the challenge as the US won it back right on halfway. Diego Luna, a minute through the 2 being added on at the end of the half. Wasn't much on for Luna there. Lovely ball through here towards Christian Pulisic. He wanted a corner, I think, or a free kick.
Well, no, he wants a foul. But this is exactly what I mean. Just watching the replay. This is a foul, but it is done so subtly, and it has happened all over the field. But watch the little pull on Pulisic's shoulder right as he's getting ready to hit this ball. And this is the type of thing, just right there. It's a slight little touch in, and the referee, whether he should see that or be in position or not, is not the point. Those type of arm checks and jersey grabs and elbows into the ribs of players is happening everywhere for something.
Mauricio Pochettino and his assistant Jesus Perez pleading their case to the fourth official, Shavin Green of Guyana. And the whistle goes to bring an end to this first half at Sports Illustrated Stadium here in Harrison, New Jersey. Son heavily involved in the first 45 minutes. He had a goal in the 18th minute to give South Korea the lead, and then assisted on the second goal scored by Lee Dong-yong 2 minutes before half-time. And at the break, United States 0, Korea Republic 2. US Soccer on TNT is presented by Spring Hill Suites by Marriott.
Okay, Brian, craziest touchdown ever.
Tennessee Titans, Music City Miracle.
Tyson snags it, starts running like he's double parked. What does a play like that do to the locker room, though?
Man, it's everything.
That's it? Where's Shaq? Is Shaq available?
Really?
Yeah, because he's not going to say it's everything. Or if he did say it, he'll go, it's everything.
New customers bet $5 to get $300 instantly in bonus bets. Plus, over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube TV. The crown is yours.
I checked Allstate first, saved hundreds on my car insurance.
Please welcome Charles Woodson.
Unfortunately, I didn't check to see if anyone was watching before I stole cotton candy from a child.
This is the first of 2 games in the United States for South Korea. They will play in Nashville on Tuesday against Mexico. And they're off to a good start in this international window. The US will head to Columbus to take on Japan on Tuesday night. Cross comes Blackman, but this ball is picked up here by Lee Jae-sung. Out of play for a South Korean throw. 8th all-time meeting between these two nations. 2 wins for the US, 3 defeats and 2 draws. US unbeaten in their last 3. As that one goes out of play off Tyler Adams for a corner here in the opening 40 seconds.
Well to block that, you can see where the grass ends. And there's just turf right there that's really hard. He actually did damage before that. Reaching for his arm, but it's still okay.
Son coming across to the near side to take this one. A second corner of the game. for South Korea. Good ball in from Sun, headed away by Josh Sargent, all the way towards the halfway line. Picked up here by Lee Tae-sok. Down the left it comes for Sun. Son Heung-min's ball in off Berhalter, and out of play it goes here for a throw. Sebastian Berhalter, 24-year-old, raised in Ohio. Born in London, England. Interesting on a day when Michael Bradley is honoured, the US international midfielder whose dad also coached the team. Sebastian Berhalter's dad also coached the team. But Jonathan Klinsmann on the bench, whose dad Jurgen coached both of these teams and is in the stands here for this one today in New Jersey.
Fair.
Had lost 4 in a row before the Gold Cup. There is Jurgen Klinsmann. He talked to us this week about the composition of a World Cup squad. There's Ream trying to get back and almost picked up. There it is on the far side by Lee Jae-sung. Back it comes here towards Kim Jung-yoo. Jurgen Klinsmann talked about how sometimes it's about character. It's about finding the best squad that fits together, not necessarily just all the best players. But right now, what Mauricio Pochettino is looking for is who's there that can play different roles, who can lift the spirit when things are going wrong, just to make sure everything is covered and you have the best mix of players that can work well together.
We also said who can solve problems.
Yeah.
And I think that's the big thing, that this is an opportunity. My dad has a great saying, if you can't fix it, feature it. Okay, so you're 2-0 down. And a lot of the performance is not of the standard that you like, but there's been great moments. Who's out there is going to not look over to the sideline for the solution? Who's going to find the solution internally and start to make life difficult for Korea?
Looks as if Lee Jae-sung won't be able to continue here. In fact, he's gone down. So there will be a change. And the Mainz man, who scored 5 goals in World Cup qualifying and has appeared in all 33 games prior to the East Asian Championships since starting 3 of 4 at the World Cup, is probably going to have his day ended early here. Luke Wildman and Kyle Martino in the broadcast booth, and let's get down pitch side to Melissa.
I got to speak to head coach Mauricio Pochettino about what improvements he wants to see in the second half. He said definitely the effectivity, both offensively and defensively. The team needs to be more aggressive in both facets of the game. And more specifically, on the defensive side, we need to be better positioned when out of possession. And guys, that's where they're getting them. And he said even more so because we're 2-0, we're down 2-0 because of that.
So South Korea will be forced into a change here.
Well, I guess the good news is that at least it's not the King In who's coming in.
Bae Jun-ho, the player to replace Lee Jae-sung. As the first change is made by South Korea. Bae Jun-ho, who plays in the English Championship with Stoke, had a couple of assists on his last appearance internationally in a 4-0 win against Kuwait in June. Really big young talent. He was part of the South Korea squad that finished 4th at the Under-20 World Cup in 2023. Brought down here in the midfield by Lee Dong-yong. Here he is again, just a 13th cap for the 27-year-old attacking midfielder. Day for Joe, the South Korean goalkeeper. Veteran veteran shot stopper, has not faced much today. And here comes Son. That free's racing clear to get there, just ahead of Son Heung-min.
Good anticipation for threes. I mean, Son was in his own half, so it wasn't going to matter even if he did put it against that back line.
South Korea heading to an 11th consecutive World Cup appearance in Qatar in 2022. They lost in the round of 16, 4-1 against Brazil. They finished second in the group behind Portugal. Portugal 2-1 in the final group game to advance ahead of Uruguay and Ghana. That after failing to get out of the group in 2014 and 2018. Of course, their best World Cup finish was that wonderful World Cup on home soil in 2002. And they finished fourth. Playing the US, of course, along the way. Austin gets across, slides in, and gets there just ahead of Son.
Yeah, I mean, Son's just determining where that back line's confrontation point is. I mean, he just dragged Ream all the way into the midfield. And obviously spins off. Marston reads it well, but I mean, Son, one forward, is dictating really the posture and the positioning of four players for the U.S. And, Sargent's had a really tough time, obviously, against the back three. Not doing anything to unsettle those guys.
Kim Min-jae. Lee Han-bom down the right side finds Sol. In towards Luna with a little bit of space here. Luna tries to play that one out to Pulisic on the left side. He's up against Lee Han-bom. Pulisic towards the byline. Can he get across into the middle? Luna chasing, but it's hooked away there by Kim Jong-yu. Rare foray forward from the United States here in the 54th minute. Adams. Austin finds Luna. Luna towards Sargent. All the way back out for Tristan Blackman. Dest up against Lee Tae-sok, and Dest still going. The flag goes up. Dest wanted a free kick. The decision is a corner. Second corner of the game for the US.
Dest, good change of pace here. Really tells that game off of the defender. It's been a handful every now and then. He's gotten a chance to get isolated. I think that's one of the only times that South Korea hasn't had someone come over and help defensively, and they've been able to get Dest isolated 1v1.
Sebastian Berhalter assisting Chris Richards' goals in the Gold Cup against Saudi Arabia in the group and Mexico in the final. Here he is standing over this corner. The right foot out, swinging towards the 6-yard box, headed firmly away there by Kim Joo-sung. It's a sixth cap for the defender on the left side of the three at the back. Pulisic goes down with the challenge of Lee. More positive from the US here as we reach the 10-minute mark in the second half.
Pulisic, he's so great at just doing this, baiting players in, then getting a little lift on the ball, just inviting the leg out. Because he just scoops it up slightly, otherwise it's right into the path of Lee. It's a really good opportunity here for the US.
Berhalter over the free kick once more. About his impressive ability from set pieces in the first half. Shown that for both club and country. Berhalter's delivery this time headed away at the front post. All the way back it comes towards Arston. Berhalter finds Luna. Pulisic able to get there first, and Blackman with a little flip back into the path of Pulisic. Way in space down the left side. Up against Sol Yong-soo. Way cutting inside and goes for goal. And finds almost the upper tier, but he's gone down hurt.
He reached for that hamstring.